Lendingkart has acquired digital lending platform Upwards Fintech for 100 crore rupees. Upwards Fintech is a technology-based lending platform for personal loans for salaried professionals at competitive pricing. To talk to us about this acquisition and the road ahead at Lendingkart, joining me now is its founder and CEO, Harshvardhan Lunia. Harshvardhan, welcome back to Startup Street. I understand it's a 100% acquisition for 100 crore rupees. First, tell me what synergies did you see with Upwards Fintech, and then what happens to the team? Will the company function independently? And also, take me through the nitty-gritties of the deal.
Sure. Thanks, Shruti, for having me here. And it's quite proud whenever our team increases, right? We get an opportunity to make a more mark in the space overall. Shruti, we've been working with micro and small businesses, and all across our journey, we've realized that there is a lot of underserved segment. Few of these people, basically, we've been currently giving like 8-9 years business loans. Few of these people kind of don't have registration proofs. Few of these people are individuals running their businesses. So we were looking at some businesses, Shruti, who could go ahead, or we could start funding them as well. Similarly, Shruti, these small and medium enterprises have a lot of employees as well who don't get access to finance, who don't have banking services available to them and everything. So while we are serving these MSMEs, we've heard these stories from employees of these micro and small businesses and medium enterprises that if you could make financial inclusion possible for them, if you could make credit products available for them. So that was the entire thought, Shruti. I think Abhishek and Nimesh are great founders. We've known them since last 4 or 5 years. We've been acting as a mentor to them in their company. So while they have built the best kind of the good tech stack and product and everything, they were facing growth challenges across their journey. And we've all seen last 4 or 5 years have been quite turbulent for all of us, from DeMon, GST to DHFL and multiple such issues coming up, and then finally COVID as well. I think bringing them in our fold, Shruti, we want to give them all the growth requirements that any company needs and grow them and allow them to build business. Shruti, it's a 100% acquisition. The entire team stays, the unit stays, they work independently, and we just mentor and guide them and help them wherever required.
Okay. Harshvardhan, you have an active loan book of 4,500 crore rupees, and Lendingkart is doing 400 crore rupees in disbursals every month. So what is the kind of impact you hope to create now going forward with this acquisition?
So, Shruti, again, we are we are quite patient guys, right? Essentially, like I've always told, lending is not a race to a particular amount of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 crore, because it's the money that goes out has to come back as well. I think now that we have taken it in our own fold, Shruti, we want to go ahead and discuss with these guys on what we can do, how we can do, understand the customer needs and build it across. Next 12 to 18 months, Shruti, we will heavily spend on understanding the consumer, what kind of products, newer products that we want can be introduced for these guys, understand the needs, and then scale up. So next 6-12 months, Shruti, nothing big bang is going to happen overall. But post that, we want to introduce new age and new kind of products for this segment.
Okay.
So we'll start working on these things and then take it forward.
Okay. Now, shifting focus from your fundraise, Harshvardhan, ever since a report on the government banning about 138 gambling apps and 94 loan apps over concerns of Chinese linkages has come out, the industry is in a panic mode. Now, while the full list of gambling and betting apps are circulating on industry WhatsApp groups, the confusion over the banned digital lending apps remains. So have you received any formal communication from MeitY also? How does this ban impact the ecosystem? Your view on this?
Yeah, Shruti, I think we've not received any such notices. I think what MHA and MeitY have basically done is there are few people who are affected, right? And it's more regarding the data storage. We just heard Ritu as well, right? It's more regarding data storage, linkages to China, either in terms of either investments or data being moved to China, or servers being used in China. I think the thought process over there, Shruti, is basically that these guys are being called, and I think they will have to certificate some form of certificates or confirmations that they are not using it or they are compliant, and that should help the ecosystem. I think more things are evolving. I think communication is going on with the affected enterprises, and that's what will be done in coming days, Shruti. More information is still going to be available. I think like today, Ritu again said that there's one meeting that happened. I think more details and more information will come out as we get more details about that meeting.
Okay. All right. Harshvardhan, like I mentioned before, you have an active loan book of 4,500 crore rupees. If you could talk to me about revenue growth, the current revenue growth, and what is the road to profitability looking like for Lendingkart?
Thanks, Shruti. I think we normally in startup terms we call people who start making $100 million of revenue centaurs. So I think touch wood we will cross that benchmark for ourselves. We'll be making more than $100 million of revenues in our books. And again, Shruti, I cannot exactly disclose the full profit numbers for the year. But I think we will be one of the rare fintechs in the country that will be making three-figure profits overall. Our PAT profits actually this year will be more than 100 crores. Overall. So touchwood, I think business has been doing fine for us, and we've always focused on sustainable businesses. And I think post-COVID, overall, last 18-24 months have been fantastically well, and we will continue to build that.
Okay, so the numbers look good for the future as well, Harshvardhan. We've completely run out of time. Many thanks for joining us on Startup Street, and wish you the very best with this fundraise.
Thanks a lot, Shruti. Thanks a lot. Thank you for inviting me here.
All right, moving on.